Jon Favreau knows what boys like. You're watching Beyond the Trailer's review of The Jungle Book.
Only man can protect you now.
Poor, sweet little cub. What are you doing so deep in the jungle?
You are a man cub who wants to live in a jungle.
How do you know that?
Kid, I got ears. My ears got ears.
Only I can protect you.
Forget about your worries and the strife.
Alice in Wonderland, Oz the Great and Powerful, Maleficent, Cinderella. These live-action fairy tales have all been huge hits for Disney, not only allowing them to double dip into the works of the Brothers Grimm, Hans Christian Andersen, and more along with their animated adaptations, but also creating another brand for the studio, along with Marvel, Star Wars, Disney Animation, and Pixar. But Disney's bad habit that they can't quite shake is targeting the female demographic. I mean, look what's even happening to Star Wars. But to their credit, at least Disney knows they have a problem, and admitting it is the first step. So while Beauty and the Beast is set for 2017, a new Mary Poppins movie is quickly coming together, plus The Little Mermaid and Mulan are being developed, there's also Pete's Dragon, a new Pirates movie, and of course, The Jungle Book. And speaking of rushed jobs, Disney had to beat Warner Brothers to the silver screen on this one, as they have Andy Serkis, who pretty much owns the motion capture movement, making his own Jungle Book. In fact, Warner Brothers has tried to challenge Disney's live-action fairy tale dominance by targeting the male demographic, with movies like Pan, Jack the Giant Slayer, and Serkis' Jungle Book Origins. You can see how that's going so far, and the latest bit of bad news for Warner Brothers is that they've had to delay Jungle Book Origins by a year. They say to work on visual effects, everyone else says to distance themselves from Disney's version. And to add insult to injury, Favreau isn't even using motion capture. Instead, his animals are computer animated, making his Jungle Book more like Walt Disney's classic Alice comedies from the 1920s, the young animator's very first success story. So from Virginia Davis, we go to Neil Setti, the only thing you'll see on screen in Favreau's The Jungle Book that isn't digital. And even then, in some cases, Setti's performance is enhanced by digital effects for action sequences and wide shots. So yes, Favreau never went to deepest, darkest India, but instead stayed right in Los Angeles. But his movie itself will go to India a week before its US release, as Disney is working hard to get a foothold in one of the biggest, yet also very insulated entertainment markets in the world. Why, you could say an American movie studio breaking into the Indian entertainment business is as difficult as getting guys interested in live-action fairy tales. But Disney is confident that the director of Elf, Iron Man, and Cowboys and Aliens, well, actually, let's forget that last one, can do the impossible. Also, while it hasn't had the same staying power as Disney's female-friendly animated films, when it was released in 1967, The Jungle Book was a huge hit. Will Disney be able to boast the same of this 2016 version? Wow! Jon Favreau really delivers here. In fact, I would actually go so far as to say that this is the first movie I've seen from the Disney studio since Walt's tragic passing that seems like it was overseen by Walt. Because he didn't direct a lot of the movies that came out of Disney, but he oversaw all of them. And I think that if he saw this movie, if he were alive today, and some argue that he might be, he would be like, Favreau, you done good. Because nobody else, and listen, the Disney studio has turned out some fantastic movies since Walt's death, but nobody's been able to capture Walt's specific brand of Disney magic. I think that Howard Ashman came very close, but still, Jon Favreau, and I can't believe it's Jon Favreau of all people, by the way, he nails it. And he's admitted to loving the original Jungle Book and Walt's work, and his ability to not just duplicate it, but to add to it, because this is something that seems also very fresh, is just absolutely amazing. Jon Favreau has found his wheelhouse. And because of that, I would also say that The Jungle Book, this version, is a really good example of why perhaps more live-action directors should consider crossing over to animation. Because again, this is basically an animated movie, with the exception of the incredibly talented Neil Setti. Neil Setti is the best child actor that the Disney studio has found since Haley Mills. He is fantastic. He's not only very talented, but he has this wonderful childlike yet at the same time sophisticated quality to him. And the fact that he's acting with things that weren't on screen when he filmed makes it all the more impressive. But it never feels that way. It feels so incredibly natural. Also, his Mowgli is so cute and so smart and so noble that I think he's going to be an instant favorite with moviegoers when they see this movie. I just was blown away by Favreau's work, by Seti's work, by everybody's work. Now, of course, I also have to mention the voice cast. They did a very good job, but the two voice cast members who really stood out and are as vital to the success of this movie as Favreau and Seti are Bill Murray, who is Baloo, so funny, so much funnier than the trailers make it seem, and also Idris Elba, who is a fantastic villain. It took me a while not to hear Chief Bogo from Zootopia, but he's really good. I'm going to do a spoiler review closer to the movie's release, but just really some stellar work here. Now, as I said, this is an animated movie, but it never felt that way. It felt 110% real. I felt like I went in to the Indian jungle. And on that note, you have to see this movie in 3D. I am serious. I know it's an added expense. I know some people don't like 3D, but Jon Favreau has gone out of his way to utilize that technology. There are moments like when mud or water will splash on the lens. I mean, and there's an opening to this movie. They have a new opening, Disney logo, which just this thing was enchanting from the first frame. And not to see that in 3D, oh, you are going to cheat yourself out of a magical experience. So spend the money, see it in 3D on the biggest screen that you can. It's worthy of that financial investment. I mean, really, you will not be seeing it as it's intended. So again, I'm going to do a spoiler review. I don't want to give anything away because there are a lot of really exciting reveals in this movie, largely because the ad campaign does not do it justice. But I'll tell you this. Not only do I stand by what I said about the Walt Disney connection, but also it's the best live-action fairy tale that Disney has done to date. Also, I talked a lot about appealing to boys in the open. I think this movie is going to appeal to everyone. But again, Mowgli is a fantastic character, and I don't want anyone to write this off as just like some family movie, right? I think, it is a wonderful family movie, but the visuals are very sophisticated. It's very, very faithful to its origins, not only the book, but also to its native India where it's supposed to take place. I thought that was really nice to see. But also, it just gets downright scary and thrilling at some parts. I mean, really, wow. It's just a perfect combination, a perfect package. And I would not be surprised if this movie was remembered during awards season. And not just for its technological achievements, but maybe even in some other categories as well, because I really do feel it's that strong. So go and see The Jungle Book. Make sure you see it in 3D. Come back here after you've seen the movie for my spoiler review so we can really talk about it. You're going to want to talk about it. And then, of course, as always, you can check out some other videos right now.